It's Tuesday. I'm back with a normal crew. Can't even talk this morning. Right, so we have Chewy, we have Pepper, I know Dirty Jeans, and we have Molly. So, why is it Tuesday? What happened to Monday? Well, as you know, it's my wife's birthday this weekend, so there was obviously some celebrations at home and had a few sherbets. So as you can imagine, Monday morning, not really a big drinker, so felt a little bit broken. And we also went to Pains Hill Park, so I did a bit of walking at the weekend. So the plan was to go for like a 5 mile just shakeout run on the Monday, because I hadn't run since the Thursday, because I'm doing a time trial today, and I'm doing a 10k time trial. So I mentioned it on my video that I was looking to do a 10k time trial, and then Chris on Strava, who I run with on my 5k time trial in May last year, reached out and said that he wants to test out his Alpha Flies. So we've arranged it this afternoon, 10k time trial, and obviously I'm looking to hopefully break 38 minutes, so we will see how we get on. So I'll speak to you a bit later, but I've got to take these for a walk first, and also clean my jeans. Come on guys, let's go. Come on then. So it's Thursday already. What's happened to the week? So I thought I'd have a quick chat to you while I'm out with the dogs. We've got the usuals, Chewy, Pepper and Molly, which hopefully you can see. So last time I spoke to you was on Tuesday, and I was doing the 10k time trial the next day, which hopefully you've seen the video that was out on Wednesday. But if you haven't, I'll put a link above and a link at the end, and obviously I don't want to spoil it for you, but I did end up getting a PB, first time under 39 minutes, but didn't really go to plan. And to be honest, in the video, you know, I come away a little bit disappointed, but in hindsight I think I was kind of asking too much of my body, you know, because I'd done the half marathon PB on the, what was it, the Wednesday, and then on the Tuesday obviously expecting to run a sub 38, which, you know, I need to be fresh for that. I haven't got any speed work in my legs, and it didn't go as planned. You know, the first mile was a little bit hot, but not overly hot, because, you know, it was still slower than my 5k time. But by mile 2, my heart rate spiked up to my maximum threshold heart rate. So if it was just been me, I would have stopped, because it wouldn't have happened. So, you know, I dug deep, done it the wrong way, start off fast, end slower, but still got a PB. So it'd be good to kind of call on that in a race. But what does that mean? It just means that, you know, I need a break, because to run 2 PBs in a week is, you know, you wouldn't normally do it, but I take advantage of the situation, because the guy who's pacing me is a teacher, and he's back to school next week. And this week it was the best. Tuesday was the best day, because this week's been wet, cold, a bit breezy. So, you know, made the most of this situation. And also after the race, well, should we call it a race, but it's time trial, my quads and my glutes were very tight. So that says to me, you know, that I need to add a bit more speed work into you know, my weekly sessions. We've got the track hopefully opening soon, and I don't want to jump straight back into that and pick up an injury, because the club's contacted me before the lockdown, and they want me to run the session. So there'll be like 6 of us. I'll be running the session that the coach will give me, obviously the session for that evening, but just about me coordinating, if I can talk, everyone to kind of meet up, times, etc. Which it's great to be asked. It is kind of a test, because we normally do it on a Tuesday and a Thursday, but the endurance group obviously hasn't been to the track since December 20. Well, I haven't been to the track since 2019. Wow, December. So well over a year. But it'd be good to get back. As I say, the endurance group haven't been at the track, so it'd just be a good test to see how, you know, things go out. But we all know adding it in you know, track intervals when you've just been doing base building or thresholds or tempo, that you know, injuries could come knocking. So got to play that nice and safe. This week, just playing it by ear, just listening to my body. As I said previously, you know, I took 4 days off before the time trial, which wasn't ideal, and still feel a little bit tired. So took yesterday off, may still take today off, and then just play it by ear to see how my body feels. So, you know, if I go for a run and it ends up being 4 miles, so be it. If it ends up being 10 miles, so be it. Because all I'm doing is just listening to my body. Because ultimately, you know, we train to get PBs, don't we? You know, yes, we do it for fitness and stuff, but ultimately, you know, if you're training hard, you want to get PBs. So to get 2 in 1 week, you know, it is amazing. And, you know, I'm blown away, but, you know, I can't keep on going like that, you know, trying to get PBs every week, because, you know, I will get injured. So let's play this week by ear, and hopefully speak to you in a day or so's time. Back running again. I've taken 3 days off. You know, I've mentioned this week, you know, it's important to take time off after you've done a PB or you've been overtraining. Because if you're tired, you're tired. So good to be back running. I'm sorry this week's, you know, video is a little bit boring, but you know, it's all part and parcel of the running journey. And as I said, you need to take a break, you know, now and again. And obviously, being a YouTuber, you still need to make content. So it's a kind of balancing act, really, isn't it? So today's run was kind of working out, kind of, well, twofold really. It was cold. I haven't run for 3 days, so I know I'm going to be like a gazelle when I go off, and we all know that after a couple of miles my legs are going to be heavy. And also concentrating on my form. And you think, why are you concentrating on form? But the reason being is that I had a look at these, which are my Tempo Next percents, and was looking at the wear pattern. And I don't know if you can see on camera here, obviously that's worn, there's no tread pattern there. And also, you can see these lines here, where that's nearly worn away as well. Pretty surprised, to be honest, because there's only 60 miles in these, and you're supposed to be the training shoe to the Alphafly, so you'd expect to see more wear. But my main concern is obviously this area here, because it means that obviously I'm only wearing these, or I've only worn them on time trials, which means that I'm either going off not concentrating on my form and overstriding, and obviously heel striking to a degree, or when I'm fatigued, I'm tending to overstride to compensate, and obviously heel striking again. So today was just mainly going out, concentrating on my form, obviously not to heel strike, and it's kind of that, it's a happy balance for me of what pace to run at. So for me it's about 7:15 miling. So it was 8 miles today, 7:15 mile pace, average 7:15 mile pace with an average heart rate of 145. So it was where I wanted to be. Couldn't have run much more than that because my legs were a little bit heavy after about 6 miles. But I think, as I mentioned before, and someone, you know, a few others who agree, that when you take more than 2 days off, when you come back, you know, your legs are heavy, and it takes you a couple of runs to get you kind of, you know, firing on all cylinders. And that kind of makes sense with this week's 10k time trial. You know, that my legs were fat okay at the start, but then obviously got a bit heavy towards kind of about 2 miles onwards. So maybe that's to do with, you know, taking the time off, because they don't recommend it, do they, before a time trial or race to just take the time off. You should do some strides, you know, still continue with some of your training. So what else have we got to talk about? So we got the Goggins Challenge. I don't know if you've seen, a lot of people are doing that at the moment, which is 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, which, you know, amazing to them people doing it. But I don't know if I was to do that. One, I wouldn't function without any sleep, and two, I think my missus and my daughter would think I've gone mad. What's your thoughts on that? Let me know. Also, I want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you to my channel members, any YouTubers. I'll put your links down in the comments, so please check their channels out. And how's your training been going? Have you got any time trials planned? What are you doing the Goggins Challenge? let me know in the comments. As I say, if you need any tips and advice, as always, you know what to do. And onwards and upwards, and I'll speak to you next week, and we'll be back into the swing of things. Cheers.